Happy Makara Sankranti. Yesterday the sun moved into Capricorn. Sun is currently in Uttarayan. It's 6-month northward journey that cyclically occurs between winter solstice and summer solstice. That means the days are getting longer in the northern hemisphere now and shorter in the southern hemisphere. And this is Sidereal Astrology. We are tracking the actual movement of the sun with respect to the earth. And today I want to talk to you about Capricorn. Yes, you Capricorn. These are the constructive, sometimes called expansive qualities or things that we love about you. And so today, get your popcorn. There are a lot of good things to say, and I will get right into it. First and foremost, two of your greatest assets being accomplishment and achievement. You like to accomplish things like a ram or a mountain goat. You are a goat, as in the greatest of all time at achieving. You methodically make your way up to the zenith, the peak of everything in your life. You are born to achieve. Accomplishment and achievement are your middle names, which brings me to actuality, meaning you actualize things. You bring things into reality. You are not just living up in your head dreaming. You make things real. Next is ambition. Capricorn, you are ambitious. You want things and you go after them. Having ambition is just part of who you are, which brings us to building, not just building as in the process of building physical structures. You possess the innate ability to build and strengthen things in general. Like you build trust, you build reputation, you build your relationships, you build purpose. And this brings us to carefulness. Typically, you exercise caution, you pay attention to detail, and utilize a mindful approach to your actions, your decisions, and you take steps to avoid mistakes or errors or potential harm. Which brings us to challenge, meaning anything that requires special effort to overcome or deal with, you are always up for it. You're up for the difficulty, the problem, the obstacle that tests your abilities or resources. You love challenges. This is closely tied to the quality of commitment. Once you commit, you don't stop. Like you don't stop. You get it. You commit and you get it. And Capricorn is also about consolidation, in this case meaning you have the skill, the power, the know-how to bring things, people, or systems together to unify, to improve their efficiency. This is a great leadership quality, and it's closely related to the next one, which is construction. Not the process of planning and assembling the necessary components to create structures or infrastructure. Yes, this is a very Capricornian quality, but I'm referring to the act of forming or creating anything, whether it's an idea or a theory or an argument. Like you, Capricorn, construct things. You are essentially Bob the Builder in every realm of existence, every aspect of your life. And you also possess the next awesome quality, which is dedication. Like 100% a Capricorn quality is dedication. I don't know what more there's to say about that. You're dedicated. Enough said. Which leads us to definitiveness, meaning generally you firmly express clarity. You provide clear and precise definitions, decisions, conclusions for everything. And ambiguity or uncertainty is not part of your style. And this leads us to dependability. Like we can always depend on you, Capricorn, to get things done, to be there when we need you, to hold things down. Like you are dependable. Awesome quality. And you're also, the next quality, determined, like determination. Everyone knows how determined you can be, Capricorn. It takes a lot of determination to reach the apexes of your life. And that brings us to endurance and enduringness, like the quality or state of being enduring. You have the ability to withstand hardship, adversity, and the test of time. You are resilient. You are steadfast in the face of challenges and difficulties. And because of you and your endurance and your enduringness, we often have a lifelong friend in you. So thanks for that, Capricorn. You're a good friend. And next is exertion, meaning effort, endeavor, expenditure. Like you're continually striving, exerting yourself on your journey in this material world. And that brings us to fasting. So within you is the natural propensity to refuse or avoid. This can include abstinence, meaning abstinence from anything, not just sensual or sexual pleasures, but you can even fast from essential food and water for long periods of time. Like, you're probably a master of OMAD, that 1 meal a day that's all the rage right now, and intermittent fasting and all that. So, I mean, you probably even invented it, right? I don't know. So you just have the natural propensity to fast. Next is firmness. Firm in your beliefs, firm in your stance, firm in your views, firm in your action. Whatever it is, you stand firm. You make your decision and you firmly stand by it. And this brings us to focus. You have the incredible power to focus on what you want and move toward it in an unwavering manner. You are like that bald eagle focusing in on its prey, and you're going to get it. Next is foundation. In the physical sense, yes, the underlying support structure of a building or any construction is related to Capricorn zodiac, but I'm talking about foundation as a principle, like the core values that form the groundwork for who you are, the basis upon which your ideas are developed. You have a stable foundation. You're not pulling rabbits out of hats and making things up. You just have a very strong foundation from which everything comes out of. Everything is manifested, right? Next is frugality. Capricorn, you know you're frugal. You're careful and economical in your use of resources, especially money. Okay, you're mindful of expenses, you avoid unnecessary waste, and you make the most of available resources. Like, you're the one who says, please stop using so many paper towels. Like, we're not going to be using paper towels anymore. We're going to use flour sacks to dry everything in the kitchen now. That's you. Right? Some might argue it's a contracted quality, but I would say it's good to not be wasteful. I don't know. If you have any comments, comment below. But regardless, you do not let things go to waste. You help us save money and resources, which is a good thing, right? So hands down, one of the best qualities about you is the next one, which is genuineness. We can always count on you to not be fake. You never give us false hopes about anything. You are just straight up genuine, and we love that about you. Next is governance. Okay, someone's got to govern things, right? Like, otherwise it's going to be complete anarchy. I mean, Aquarius is going to strongly disagree here, but there are cases of positive governance, and I suppose you were the one governing things. You created government. Okay. All right. Next is groundedness. Feet on the ground, level-headed, imperturbable, and the complete opposite of Cancer, who is like a pink balloon floating out over the ocean. Okay. You are grounded. Next is improvement. You perpetually improve things, yourself, your house, your land, your garden, at home, at work, at the park. I don't know. You're just constantly improving things. And next is investment. You are naturally talented in allocating resources or money with the expectation of generating profit for the future. Like, you are great at committing resources to an asset, a venture, or a project with the goal of obtaining returns. Now, this does not just mean financial, real estate, or business investments. You're excellent at investing in personal development and relationships. Like, you understand that the time and work involved in developing yourself, your body, your health, your relationships is an investment that will yield the highest outcome in the future. Okay, next is judiciousness, meaning having good judgment, being wise, making sound decisions based on careful consideration of all relevant factors. All right, Capricorn, you evaluate situations or problems wisely. And we love to get advice from you when needed, because we know you have already thoroughly evaluated every aspect of the situation, right? Excellent quality, judiciousness. So thank you for doing that for us. And the next quality is lastingness. Like, you want things to last. You believe whatever it is, it should be good enough to stand for the long haul. It's not one and done. Like, fast fashion and disposable clothing is a horrible idea in your book. You want things there for the long term. And that brings us to legacy. Capricorn, you build legacies. Legacies that endure well into the future, that will have you remembered by your ancestors. Like, they'll keep a painting of you over the fireplace because you were a legend who built a legacy. And that brings us to the next quality, materiality. Materiality is in this state of being material, having substance, the nature of physical existence in the material world. Like, you're not about the woo or the unknown or the esoteric, the unseen, the intangible dimensions. Like, for you, it's about being practical with what's right here, right now. And that brings us to maturity. Like, you have a natural maturity about you. You were born mature, none of this childish Peter Pan, Gemini stuff. Like, you just came out of your mother's womb knowing what's up. And you probably even told her what's up, right? Next is methodicalness. Systematic planning, organization, and execution of tasks. Like, you're methodical. You have your methods and you go step by step and get done, right? Next is minimalism. Capricorn, you are happy with minimal. You probably started the minimalist movement with your gray living room and modular sofa and your one mid-century light fixture. Like, you like things to the minimum. Like, 50 pillows on the bed and a ruffled bedspread could be one of your worst nightmares, because you like things in, next quality, moderation. Like, you're good at doing everything in moderation. You're not going overboard on a bag of chips, eating the whole box of cookies, buying 3 extra pairs of shoes that you don't need, Taurus. Like, you know where to stop, where to draw the line. Everything in moderation is one of your taglines. And next is organization. You're great at organizing things. Maybe not as good as Virgo, but you're highly talented in organizing, whether it's your books, your shoes, your office, other people's offices, the county office, the presidential office. I don't know. You just know how to put things together, put them in place at the right time in the right order. And that leads us to patience. You're so patient. Beautiful quality of patience is you understand things take time. Like, there's no rush. This isn't Aries who's stepping over the guy in front to get tickets to the playoffs. Like, in your experience, slow and steady wins the race. Patience, grasshopper. Patience. That's your movie line. Patience, grasshopper. And next is perpetuation, continuing or preserving things indefinitely, like traditions. You want to perpetuate them so they'll be around for the future. Another one is perseverance. Like, we all know one of your most valuable traits is your perseverance, which is similar to persistence. It's because of your persistence that anything and everything gets done in this world. Like, you persist until it happens, and you have the perseverance to persist. And the next Capricorn quality is practicality. You are the most practical sign in the zodiac. No fluffiness, no fantasy, no uselessness, no fairyland, which brings us to preparedness. Capricorn, you are the reason preppers exist and why we have things like stockpiles of freeze-dried food packets and emergency supply buckets and a space blanket and a shovel in the trunks of our cars, right? Thank you for making preparations and real arrangements for future needs for when the grid goes down, because Pisces is not going to be doing so well when that happens, and we need someone to help us prepare for the future, right? Okay, so this is closely related to provision, as in providing, like providing for a family or supplying necessary items like food and clothing. You always make sure there are provisions. Thank you. We need that. That's important. It's a great quality. Next thing we love about you, Capricorn, is progress. Because of you, we make progress. Because of Capricorn, we progress in the society. The society progresses. Moving on, another one of your shining qualities is purpose, goals, objectives, aims, missions. You need one. And if you don't have one, you make one. You have to have a purpose. It's very important. Reality is the next one. Realness. Like it is. Hard realities, harsh realities. Let's get real. Capricorn is in the house. Realness. And the next is reaching. Okay, as in reaching for your goals. You're constantly reaching for the higher, reaching for the bigger, reaching for the greater. Constantly reaching for things. Next is reason, meaning you arrive at logical conclusions by considering options, you establish evidence, you use common sense about what is practical or possible. You reason, you use reason to do things. Next is reservedness. Reservedness. You might be the original recluse. At least you love privacy and you're generally okay with self-isolation. Like you may be perceived as introverted or sometimes unsociable, but we know you are just reserved. You won't be twerking in the aisle when your favorite song starts playing at the restaurant during dinner. Like you are reserved. And that brings us to results. Capricorn, you are result-oriented. And thank you for getting things done and bringing results. Like we need to see the results, right? We need to see the results you bring. I mean, we love Libra, who wants everything to be in perfect balance, but I'm not sure if that actually results in much. So thank you for bringing results. And that brings us to the next one, which may seem a little strange, but reverse aging, kind of like Benjamin Button. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, but you're born old. And through all your trials and tribulations and overcoming challenges, the older you get, you just somehow seem to get younger, like more childlike in a good way. Maybe it's all that self-improvement work that you do. I don't know. If anyone knows, leave a comment. But aging in reverse, you can be very serious. Okay, you don't clown around. So seriousness is one of your qualities as well. Like you're expert at deadpan, and you've mastered the poker face. Like you win the poker tournament because of your very serious poker face. Okay, next is security. Capricorn, you love the security you provide. And you yourself seek and create security in your life, in your relationships, your work, in your future, your bank accounts. But you make us feel secure and you make sure the door is locked at night. Like, thank you. We love that. We love that you make sure the door is locked at night. Next is slowness. Of all the zodiacs, slowness is most related to Capricorn. You appreciate things that take time, that are slow to develop, like a fine wine or an aged whiskey. You can go slow. Snail pace is a good pace, and you know things take time to develop, time to grow, time to get better. Like slow, 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 slow and steady win the race, okay? Next is sobriety. So not sobriety in the sense of like not drinking alcohol, but sobriety or soberness, like meaning you often possess a serious and sober demeanor, free from excess, free from exaggeration, free from frivolity. Like you are the anti-frivolous. You're sober. Next is stewardship. Okay, Capricorn, we appreciate your stewardship. Like you can be entrusted with the responsible management and care of resources, assets, and duties. Like you're the one who needs to be managing the family's inheritance or the trust fund, like not your Leo brother. That's your job. You need to be the steward, okay? And next is substance, meaning you have depth. Your depth has significance. You're not superficial in any way, shape, or form. You have substance. Next is sustainability. So sustainability is viable practices that provide long-term benefits without depleting resources, okay, or cause instability, and that contribute to the future. I mean, like you just want things to be intelligently sustained well into the future, okay? Next is tangibility, meaning real, concrete, and definite, not abstract or theoretical. Like you are more scientific in nature. Like if we start talking about the woo, you want hard science to back it up. You want to see tangible, measurable, quantifiable results. Okay. Continuing on, some other Capricornian words are tenacity. Capricorn, you're tenacious about pursuing your goals, overcoming challenges, sticking to your beliefs. Tenacity is definitely one of your superpowers. I love that word, tenacity. Tenacity. Tenacity is definitely one of your words. Next is traditional. Like you love tradition. You uphold tradition because of you, traditions are maintained. because tradition is important to you, and you probably stay towards the inside of the box, like you don't drive out of the lines too much, and you go for the classics, like traditional things. You're more traditional. Next is utility. You, Capricorn, are utilitarian, and you want things that have the quality of usefulness. Like you want things to be useful or advantageous. Like everything in your house, everything that you own is not for nothing. Like it has to have a use, and you're the opposite of frivolousness, like I said. So you buy the old school utility army knife over the bright yellow ceramic knife that you can get in the cooking aisle at the grocery store that will probably just last only a few months because it has a plastic handle, right? Don't be ridiculous. Invest in the utility knife, okay? That's because you are about usefulness, right? Like usefulness, I guess they're kind of the same thing, but like if you're going to buy it, own it, have it, it needs to be useful. All right, and next is wisdom. So Capricorn, you are inherently wise. Your sign is related to elders and the indigenous persons of this planet who have wisdom, right? And even if you're young, you're like the elder who possesses wisdom. You're a wise one. And that leads us to the last one, not least. This is the final awesome mentionable thing that is related to you, which is zero waste. Like you use everything. Definitely, you do not waste anything. And because of you, we have repurposing programs, we have recycling protocols, because you don't want to waste anything. And I know there are a lot more words to describe you, like anything I didn't mention, leave it down in the comments below. But these are some of your most beautiful qualities, the things that we love about you. So whether it's your Lagna, which is your rising sign in Vedic Sidereal Astrology, or your moon sign that we take into account in Vedic Astrology, this will also apply to your sun sign. It's used in Western Tropical Astrology. But you don't get off so easily, because every Rashi, every sign has a polarity of frequencies, which means probably should make a video about the contractive qualities. We could say the destructive qualities of Capricorn, the things that might annoy the hell out of everyone. But, because no one's perfect and we all have both sides, it's good to recognize both so we can expand ourselves, see where we're stuck, where we need to change, so we can evolve. So look out for that. And I am wishing you the highest expression of your human birth. Happy birthday, Capricorn, to all those born in Makara Rāśi. That means under the sign of Capricorn. Please like, subscribe, press notifications. All my info is below. Whatever platform you are on, following is appreciated. And namaskaram and aloha.